Good morning. I am feeling so much better today after 2 weeks of lying on the couch and trying to pull myself together. I feel my dog just wants to go out. Hang on a sec. I am feeling like I've got a lot more energy to do my grocery hauls and cooking and responding to your messages. So I'm back. I feel really good. I'm back. I've got my oven on. I have got the yummiest charred grilled capsicum sourdough loaf cooking away that I made yesterday. It will be on my Sunday's video. But I'm going to share my grocery haul with you this week. It's a bit different. It's a bit basic, to be honest. This week I spent a total of, let me just make it so you can see, $78.58, if I'm reading that the right way around, and 58 cents. Past couple of weeks I have spent more than my budget on groceries. It was because there was sales on at Coles and I thought I want to take advantage of that. I was really trying to build up my stockpile in my fridge, freezer and pantry, bathroom of some things, and then last week, now my cat's trying to get out. Last week I was like, I'm just getting carried away with my food spending. I've got a fridge full of food, a freezer full of food, a pantry full of stuff, and I need to eat them. So I set myself a challenge. I wanted to get my groceries under $100 for the week. And you kind of think, well, that's easy to do. Yeah, it is, but I still want to add things to my fridge, freezer and pantry to keep me going. So for $78, I'm pretty happy with it. I could have pared it back even further. So let's just have a look at what we've got. I'll bring you right down today because there is not much at all. I had to get potatoes this week. I'm out of potatoes, and this was my cheapest option. I think they were $1.40 a kilo. I got 3 kilos of them. I think last week the potatoes it worked out to be $8 for the bag, so $8 for 3 kilos. You do the math, but they were very cheap this week. Brussels sprouts are a winter vegetable, and they were very, oops, there goes one of them. They were very cheap this week, so I grabbed those. I've got frozen broccoli and frozen cauliflower in the freezer, so I'm going to use those this week. Red apples were on sale. The pink lady ones were, so I grabbed those for the kids. My husband prefers the green ones, and that's fine. I only got him 3 though, because we do have some left over from last week, and I do have an avocado I'm going to have for lunch today that is sitting there that I can see on my fruit bowl. Mandarins are really cheap. I asked my kids last week with the oranges, they said they prefer the mandarins. So I stocked up on mandarins, I've stocked up on kiwi fruit, and I've stocked up on some red grapes. That's going to be my kids' fruit for the week. I've also gotten bananas. I hope whoever eats them really enjoys them. These were $5 a kilo, which is a bit insane because bananas in the peak of summer are like $1 where I live. And in winter, I don't think I've ever seen them that expensive. So I don't know if I'm concerned for summer or there's just something going on with the winter crop. I don't know. Lemons were a non-negotiable this week because we have been so sick. Every day I'm having hot water with lemon, fresh ginger and honey, and it's working an absolute treat. So I'm keeping that going. These actually weren't too badly priced for a citrus. I think I got 5 of them for like $3.90. Sometimes lemons are like $2 each, so I did grab those. Dog food was on sale, so I just grabbed a couple of tins of those. We need to change my little Mrs. diet after her dental surgery yesterday. I always have a zucchini and I always have a cucumber in my fridge. With a cucumber, I can make so many different condiments to complement a meal we are eating. I can make homemade tzatziki dip that is beautiful. I can make a salad out of it. I can slice it up into different shapes for my kids' snacks or lunches. I can pickle it, so we can do burgers with homemade pickled cucumber. And then it comes to zucchini. Zucchini I can put into my kids' whole pancakes. I do share on my Instagram page, I've got the recipe up there now, but also on my Recession 1 series, of the recession project, I do my whole pancakes and I use spinach, but zucchini's great to put in there. Zucchini doesn't taste like anything, so I can put this into any dinner I want. I grate it and put it into my spag bowl. I cut it up, I can saute it, I can marinate it, we can have it steamed. There's a lot I can do with it, so I always have them. And even when this gets a little bit sad, it still is edible and tastes fine, and you wouldn't know the difference. Olive spread. This has gone up. This was usually $2 and I paid $2.15. Not a big deal, but this is what you'll find your grocery stores will do. Prices will go up on some things and then down on some things, and it's done in a way where you don't really notice a difference, but because I'm like harping in trying to find the best deals and share things with you, I noticed. So it's gone up 15 cents. Cheese I didn't have to get, but again, I find with cheese I can do toasted sandwiches, I can do cheese and crackers, I can do pizzas with them, I can grate the cheese so it lasts longer than slicing the cheese. My husband likes to slice the cheese and he could go through a block a week. Milk, I am definitely going to need to get another bottle. I got 3 for this week and we just scraped in. We usually buy 4 bottles, we just go through milk. Milk is not cheap. We love full cream fresh cow's milk. That's just it. The bread, now I could buy a cheaper bread, but we love this bread. We went through the 2 loaves last week because we were so sick. All I could stomach was avocado on toast, and my husband was the same. So I'm hoping I can get through the 1 loaf this week. If not, I've got my sourdough. Popping corn. I buy these bags here for $1.90, and I could probably make 10, 15 bags of popcorn. I put it in the microwave. Let me show you exactly what I do. I get a glass bowl. This lid here I've had forever. I pour the corn kernels into here. Nothing else. No salt, no butter, no oil, nothing. Pour the corn kernels into here. Put this in the microwave for like 3 to 4 minutes and it pops. Done. That's it. I let it cool down and I put it into an airtight container, and it lasts, if my kids don't eat it beforehand, it lasts about a week. You can flavor it. You can put in sea salt. You can put in oil. You can put in butter. You could melt some syrups and make it chocolatey or caramelly, or you could put in some chili salt flakes. You could do whatever you want with it. It is a really cheap snack to have. My kids love it. It takes them longer to eat it. I enjoy it too. My dog wants in again. So that is a great snack option to have. My kids love these crackers. I love when they're half price, but these only had, I think, 90 cents off or 70 cents off. They haven't been half price in a very long time, so I made the decision to get them, not as a treat for my kids, just as like a bit of a snack, maybe a bit of a treat when they're doing really well. They get like a row with their morning tea. So son will get morning tea, little miss will get morning tea, and then the next day, just to use to pack it up, morning tea, morning tea. So I get 2 days out of them. I bought 3 packets. If they were half price, I would have bought more. My cat's in my video all the time. Down, my darling. My kitchen's actually really warm because I'm actually baking my sourdough loaf, which you'll see in Sunday's video. It's like a charred grilled capsicum sourdough loaf that I'm planning on having this afternoon with a glass of wine with goat's cheese on top. I cannot wait. Anyway, these here, you can buy this brand, you can buy other brands, you can buy the pasta ones. I'm sure there's other things that you can buy that is a convenient food. Is it the cheapest option? No. Is it the healthiest option? No. Is it really convenient? Absolutely. And I think that's just reality on how busy people are, is the convenience of some of these things. I will only purchase these when they are on sale. And I know all that packaged long-term pantry stuff goes on half price. And when it goes on half price, I'm more than happy to purchase it. It's a good thing to have that if you had to take some unpaid leave, you were sick as a dog. I was so sick last week and my husband's just feeling better today. He's just gone back to work today. These are handy to have. If you're a solo mum, you can chuck this in the microwave. Maybe not this flavor because it's quite spicy. I haven't tried this flavor, but I'm guessing it's quite spicy too. But you can just get like plain coconut ones. Chuck it in the microwave, heat it up for your kids. Maybe put some chicken nuggets on the side. Maybe put some veggies on the side. I think these are very handy to have. Just make sure you strategically purchase them. That's all I'm gonna say. Not the cheapest, not the healthiest, But you know what? Sometimes you just need something that you can feed yourself or feed your kids, and they last months and months and months in your pantry. I think they're very handy to have. I have not purchased these for a few weeks because we are doing more bread sandwiches for lunch, and it's going really well. I'm really happy with how it's going. So we're sort of treating these as more of a snack, so an afternoon snack with like a spread on top of it, which is going really well. I didn't need to get these, and to be honest, I could have probably pared the budget back quite a bit, but these were on sale, and I love these with a cup of tea and some butter on top. I don't know if it's a thing that I just grew up with my nana doing it. Apparently it's a very British thing to do, and my dad's British, and my mum's parents are British, so there's a lot of British blood for our milky teas and our root biscuits. But that is pretty much my grocery haul for today. I want to now share with you, some dinner ideas, because it's easy to say, oh look, my budget came in under $100. I've got hardly any food this week, but what am I going to make? So I'm going to take you over to my board and we're going to think of some things. I'm probably not going to use most of the stuff that have come in the haul today apart from the fruit and veg, but let's just try and work out some things. And while you're watching this, I know a lot of you watch this and you do the same thing. You unpacking your groceries while I'm talking through it, and then when I do my planning on my board, you guys do the same thing. Now, I don't want any wiggle room this week. I'm treating this week as our money's been cut. Technically, we have put ourselves on a slightly tighter budget. We've purchased a home that we are renovating and we are renting, and we've had to jig our budget around a little bit. So let's just pretend that we've really had to pare our budget back. I don't want leftovers on here. I want a really detailed structural dinner that I can try my best to stick to, not deviate from, not get takeaway, not open the fridge and go, there's no food. Kind of going against everything I kind of say, but I'm going to do it in a way where it's just going to give you different ideas on how to get through the week. I have been through my fridge and freezer and my pantry, so I know what I've got. I know straight up I've got spag bowl. It is my last one and I'd love to eat it. I'm going to make some homemade garlic bread with it. I'm going to have cheese on top, a very filling meal. If there's any leftovers, that's going to be somebody's lunch. The next one I've got is my pulled pork. I'm going to do my sweet potato pulled pork. I'm going to serve that with a homemade tzatziki dip using half the cucumber I got from today's grocery haul. This always has leftovers, so there'll be husband's leftovers for the next day. Pumpkin soup. We're going to have pumpkin soup one night. I need to get it out of my freezer. It's been sitting in there too long. And I'm going to serve that with some homemade sourdough that I'm currently making. So pumpkin soup and sourdough. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to have any leftovers of this. If the family is still hungry after eating this, they can eat it with a cheese toasty sandwich or have a piece of toast afterwards. I have got some frozen sweet chili chicken strips in my freezer, not cooked, and I'm going to serve that with some rice and some veggies. I'll probably have enough left over for lunch the next day. Homemade pizzas. I have got enough pizza bases in my freezer that I probably need to get them cleared out. I've got pizza sauces, I've got ham in the freezer, I've got salami in the freezer, I've got capsicum, I've got onions, I've got tin pineapple. I like tin pineapple on my pizzas. If you don't, that is fine. What else do you put in a pizza? I have got just plain cheese pizza. I can do chicken pizza with some feta cheese. I could do a meat lovers pizza. I do still have some chicken left over in my freezer, so we could do a barbecue chicken pizza. So that one there. We don't really get leftovers from that. We do eat it all. I might make some garlic bread with that one. I'll see how we go. Okay, we're going to do pies and peas. I have got 2 frozen pies in the freezer. I'm going to do mashed potato and peas. I don't have any kids' pies left, which is fine. They can have chicken nuggets and mashed potato and peas for dinner the night we do the pies. If my son's adamant he wants pies, I will share my pie with him and I will cook up the chicken nuggets, and I can have half chicken nuggets and half meat pies. An easy dinner, and I've got those meat pies that were half price when I purchased them. A couple of weeks ago I purchased 2 packets, so there'll be dinner one night there. I also have fish Let's do fish and veg. I've got fish in my freezer, enough to feed the family. So we're gonna do fish and frozen veg. I'm gonna use my frozen broccoli and cauliflower that's in my freezer, and probably the Brussels sprouts I purchased today, to be honest. Now, that is 7 meals, but I've got a spot for 8. And I'm gonna put the 8th one in there because I know throughout the week you're gonna go, I don't feel like that. Or, I actually ate that for lunch instead of having it for dinner. Whatever the case, I need 1 more meal for here. I'm gonna call it a chicken curry. I've got so many of those 1-pan dishes that I've made the past couple of weeks, and I'd like to try and reduce them down from my freezer. I was gonna do a veggie dish, but I really wanna try and get my freezer food reduced down because I'm planning to go to Costco's next week. I don't love Costco's, but as you'll probably see, I don't have a lot of red meat up here. I usually buy, let me turn you around, that's a really bad angle. I usually buy my red meat from Maranoa Farm, but I know a lot of you don't have access to that because if you're in different states, you can't get it. So I'm gonna get to Costco and look at their red meats. I need to get my freezer really empty, and then I can go out and get lamb, mince, pork, probably some more chicken. So the past couple of weeks I've been low on protein and I'm really low on red meat because I'm planning to go to Costco's, just so you can see as an option a different location to shop, I guess. So that is it for the week. As you'll see, 90% of that stuff has come from already in my freezer, my pantry, my fridge. I'm going to use the fresh produce this week to do my cooking, so my potatoes and my Brussels sprouts. All of the fruit will get eaten for morning tea and afternoon tea for the kids. Milk's going to get eaten, and the pantry stuff, I'm going to try and stretch it out to get us through for the next week or two. That is my grocery haul. It's nice to be back and not sick anymore. I hope you enjoyed it. Next week's grocery haul, I've actually set myself a challenge. I can only buy things on sale at Coles. Apart from my milk and my fruit and veg, I have to buy the cheapest option there is. I'm gonna see what I can come up with. So stay tuned for next Friday's one. I hope you enjoyed it. I'd like to know again what you're planning this week's for dinners. I asked it a few weeks ago and you guys had some really yum ideas, and I want to do it, but I need to go to the butcher, Costco. I need to get some red meat to be able to do it. So share again below what you're doing for dinners this week. Did I give you any ideas? Can you give me some ideas? I'd love to know, and we will talk soon.